Neil Puruganan, the youngest son of Fermi. I have a message from one of his dearest friends, Dr. Pangan, who couldn't make it because of his infirmities, but he dearly wanted to have his say during Papa's wake. And here it goes. His name was Hermogenes. Later in life, he was known as Hermie or Gene. But as those of us who were his close friends starting from we were medical students, he was always Perukes. We became friends in medical school. We played basketball at the classmates' basketball court. We shared the common anxieties and trials of the medical school curriculum. But despite the rigorous schedule, he somehow managed to go to the Highlight to bet at the games and win. We, the classmates, could only marvel at how he could do this and stay at the top of his class. When one of my sons, Tony, was a medical student at the University of Massachusetts, he went to the Philippines during his vacation for 4 to 5 weeks to volunteer at an organization that did work with homeless children. I asked Puruk if he could bring my son along on his routes. And so on one day, my son did. My son recalls that he went to his office at the hospital where he was the director and made rounds with him. From there, he went with him in his car to several clinics in the city where he saw patients and a final stop at the Opus Dei office. My son tells me that my father was driving a small car that had no air conditioning. And it was an usual hot Manila day, so it was stiflingly hot inside the car. My father asked his son if the heat was bothering him. Dr. Pangan's son said no, when in fact he was practically dying from heat stroke. Puruk said he was used to living simply and having no luxuries because he was a member of Opus Dei. In recent months, our communications have been limited to email and phone calls because I have also developed limitations in my ability to travel. In my last call, he said he was doing all right. So it was a shock when Minnie called to say that he had passed. Even if I knew that he had multiple problems, I did not expect him to go suddenly. He was a dear friend. I shall miss him greatly. I console myself with the knowledge that he lived a long and fulfilling life that few attain. Puruk gave much. He helped, cheered and befriended many, and many grieved when he passed away. He lived a good life. May God grant him the peace he so richly deserves. I also have some remarks. My wife and I have some remarks of our own. Just a short note. It's funny how people stick to certain terms of endearment, no matter who they are speaking to. My grandmother, my father's mother, used to include Ning when she was talking to all us grandchildren, which must have exasperated us grandsons, because Ning means little girl in Ibanag. And Papa did a similar thing. His term of endearment was Pong, which means little boy. It didn't matter who he was talking to, my sisters and I, it was still Pong. And his favorite expression was my pong ko, which is a double possessive, being my and ko, meaning the same thing, and little boy. He stopped saying this when Anna and I got married, thinking maybe that we had outgrown it. But we wouldn't mind hearing it once more. You were always there for us, me and Anna. Anna during her lowest moments, and me for all my life. We love you so very dearly and accept this term of endearment from you. I've never heard it from anybody else. And you so obviously loved to say it. And you didn't mean any harm when you did. We love you, Papa, wherever you are. Thank you.